Welcome back, True Seeker. The headline breaks. Monstrous Milton makes landfall. And it's October 9th, 2024, the 59th anniversary of the cartoon debuting Milton the Monster. Again, it matters that it's the 59th anniversary because Tampa's been the focus. They're in the time of their 59th mayor, Jane Castor, and today is 59 days after August 11th, which is interesting because August 11th is the anniversary of the patent for HARP, the military technology that can influence storms. And CNN, what we're covering, you can see the third bullet point is a monster storm. Again, these things are sick jokes, you guys. The cartoon debuted October 9th, 1965. Florida equates to 65. It's 10-9. Of course, military equals 109 like weather. One more reminder, when Maui burned up, blamed on Dora. That was on the 4th anniversary of Dora the Explorer concluding, and then they told you about the neighborhood that burned down, and the only house that survived was owned by a woman named Dora who painted, do you remember that? Dora who painted, she painted nothing but power lines. And they said the winds of Dora blew down the power lines that caused the fire that was blamed on Maui Electric. It's just, yeah, if you've forgotten these things, go back and look because sadly, all of it's true. A monster storm. Hurricane Milton's wind field more than doubled in size since yesterday, meaning its disaster impacts are being felt over a much larger area. Tropical storm force winds are expected to cover the entire width of the Florida peninsula and stretch from Miami to Savannah by Thursday. And remember, tomorrow, Thursday, is the date with the numerology of 64, 44, and 28. We call it the kill date because Gematria has the values of 64, 44, and 28. And of course, military equates to 44, as does HARP. Plus, it's 44 weeks from the Tampa mayor's birthday. And remember, Castor, the mayor's name, Jane Castor. Tampa's birthday is July 15th, which is the feast date for Castor and Pollux, the Greek gods. And don't forget that Castor equals 86, like Project Cirrus, the first military hurricane experiment, like Milton the Monster, they all equal 86. The storms made landfall 86 days after Tampa's birthday. Said it made landfall on Siesta Key. Siesta, being asleep, right? You got to be asleep to not see what's going on. 100 mile per hour wind gusts in Tampa. Well, that's better than what they were estimating yesterday of 150. Again, today leaves 83 days left in the year. Milton equals 83, like flood, like Genesis 8:3. The biblical flood ends after 150 days. A gust of 97 miles per hour was reported in Venice. That number stands out. Hurricane equals 97. Helene formed on the anniversary of JFK's weather control speech, September 25th, the day leaving 97 days left in the year. Flash flood warning for a big old region. Again, flood equals 83 like Earth, like Milton, like Genesis 8:3 where the biblical flood ends. Flash flood warning including Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Clearwater until 11:30 Eastern. That's 8:30 out here on the West Coast. Hurricane Milton made landfall near Siesta Key, Florida, as a Category 3 storm with 120 mile per hour sustained winds and higher gusts, according to the National Hurricane Center. The hurricane will continue to unleash life-threatening storm surge, flooding rainfall, and destructive winds both near and well removed from where its center came ashore. Milton will retain its hurricane strength as it tracks across central Florida through Thursday morning. Remember, Milton means middle town, and it's going through the middle of the state, hitting the towns in the middle of the state. Milton is the 5th hurricane to make landfall in the U.S. this year. Remember, it became a Category 5 on October 7th, the anniversary of John Milton becoming the 5th governor of Florida. His ancestor wrote Paradise Lost. His ancestor also wrote a poem called 5th of November, which is the election this year. And, you know, they're going to bring this up about climate change. It's going to be part of the political discussion. There'll be no mention of the long history of weather warfare, which Joe Biden acted was a complete impossibility today, even though, ironically, he became a senator in 1973, the year they began debating the legislation to ban weather warfare. The mockery, you guys, the mockery. The United States of amnesia, who doesn't remember nothing. They remember Monday Night Football, and that's it. They forgot The Rock was a Miami hurricane and how Zachary K. Hubbard predicted a year ago that when The Rock turned 52 on 5-2, you would see a horrible hurricane season perfectly synced with that former Miami hurricane, just like he played Maui the Fire God, and Maui burning up was perfectly synced with his debut of the live-action Moana, where again he's Maui the Fire God. And the trailer began with an island bursting into flame. Milton is the 5th hurricane to make landfall in the U.S. this year. It joins Category 1 Beryl, Category 1 Debbie, Category 2 Francine, and Category 4 Helene. More hurricanes have made landfall in the U.S. this year than from 2021 to 2023 combined. And I told you guys, this is going to be a really bad year. Hurricane Milton makes landfall around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday. I mean, unbelievable, you guys. Milton equals 83. It's the day leaving 83 days left in the year. Flood equals 83 like Earth. I mean, I'm a broken record. Football equals 83. Hurricane Helene became a Category 4 literally as Week 4 was kicking off. And the next day, Miami Hurricanes are 5-0 as predicted before the season began when I said the Hurricanes would start 5-0 and there'd be a terrible hurricane sync with The Rock around that same time. Came 146 days after his 52nd birthday when Hurricane equals 146 and 52, big way, small way, and Hurricane Helene also equals 146. You can't make this stuff up. Been calling this out for over a year, what was going to happen once The Rock turned 52. We predicted the earthquake dead on in California, the 5.2 that came 96 days after The Rock's birthday when San Andreas equals 96, and that movie has a 9.6 quake. Again, watch out for October 23rd, 174 days after his birthday, the first day of Scorpio. When you run it in reverse, San Andreas is 174, like how old California is right now. The governor, Ronald Dion DeSantis, his name equals 109, like today's 10-9. Again, weather, military, and The Rock equal 109. He went to Yale. Today's Yale's birthday. How many of the mad scientists? Again, look up the name of the scientist in the cartoon Milton the Monster. I forget what it is. Scientist Wackadoodle and his assistant, the Kook. Something like that. Professor Wackadoodle. It's not exactly that, but it's something not far off. Shelter in place. There's more and more of that terminology. The cooties. There's going to be a lot more of it. Don't forget where those cooties jabs came from, military bases. Everything's a military agenda. That's what people need to wake up to. All right, be safe, people in Florida. For everyone else, remember, it could be your neighborhood next. The world needs to wake up to weather warfare and the mockery we get from the elites. Until next time.